for your flesh, my children! We have spent so much time with DCeased, exploring the end of the world from the anti-life equation that makes people into zombies. So many ways to show it. But now, let's properly explore what happens after the end. DCeased originally ended with 6 million people managing to flee the Earth on Ark ships, the zombified Superman entering Earth's sun to absorb it, eventually make it go cold, while the Green Lantern Corps quarantined the solar system to hopefully contain the anti-life virus. Cyborg, learning from the undead Wonder Woman that he actually had a cure for the anti-life equation within him, was decapitated by the zombie before he could contact the others with this knowledge. 5 years later, his head is still alive and he's been trying to think of a way out of his situation. To get ahead of it. Anyway, he discovers that Batman long ago had put a homing beacon inside of him, a way for the untrusting caped crusader to keep tabs on him. He activates the homing device and manipulates it so that it sends out a distress call, Morse code, and hopes that his friends are still out there, listening. On Earth 2, the new Justice League deals with an alien invasion from their neighbors and manages to negotiate a peace with them when they receive Cyborg's distress call. The League comes to Earth and finds Cyborg's head, where he reveals the existence of the cure, but not before the zombified Wonder Woman attacks and infects Green Arrow. They manage to kill her and then retreat to Poison Ivy's Green Sanctuary, Green Canary forced to stay out since she refuses to let her husband out into the hordes of undead. In the meantime, John Constantine has been busy since we last saw him in the A Good Day to Die one-shot, forming a new version of the Shadow Pact to go out and rescue any remaining human survivors even 5 years after everything has gone down. Swamp Thing also shows up, revealing that there is a second garden, like Poison Ivy's, but in Australia. However, something is wrong with it. The green there cries out in pain and wants the Shadow Pact to investigate. While the heroes in Poison Ivy's sanctuary mourn the fact that so many people have been killed who could have been cured, the Shadow Pact find the second sanctuary in Australia, but are attacked and most killed by the anti-life infected Plastic Man, now a shape-shifting ocean of death. So, truly an improvement! After they barely manage to kill Plastic Man, the remaining Shadow Pact members are invited inside of the sanctuary by the Penguin. Yes, it seems that the rich and powerful, billionaires and politicians, elected to flee and set up their own little society inside. The families of those staying there forced to do work to stay inside. The class system survives the apocalypse. Jason Blood, also there, pulls Constantine aside and informs him that Hell is not happy about the anti-life infection. It seems that their souls are trapped on Earth, unable to cross over while they remain infected with anti-life. And they are so angry that Trigon the Terrible is planning to come to Earth in a few days to finally end all life on Earth. We learn that the second sanctuary is maintained by the Floronic Man, tortured and controlled by the rich assholes. Swamp Thing tries to free him, but they are outgunned, particularly when Professor Ivo unleashes a new Amazo android on the Shadow Pact. They flee to try something else later. Unfortunately for them, while the heroes have discovered a cure, the villains have a different solution. An army of Amazo androids that will cleanse the Earth of the unliving so that they can make their own new human race. Back with the heroes, they devise their plan. Darkseid would have had the knowledge needed to create the life equation to counter the anti-life equation, but he is dead. The only other knowledge in existence that might have it is Metron's Mobius chair. And thus Constantine goes with the heroes to New Genesis along with Mr. Miracle, who is still in mourning over the infection of his wife, to hopefully find the cure. Mr. Miracle had also apparently left his own son in the care of Highfather, who encourages him to come back for the boy, whether he frees Barda or not. They lure Metron into a trap and fail to take him from the chair, but Superman, John Kent, convinces him to let them access the chair in exchange for using Madame Xanadu's crystal ball to foresee the future. Cyborg finds the cure, but Metron finds something horrible about the future, fleeing immediately. We could probably guess what horrors he saw, though, for Darkseid suddenly returns to, well, not life, but to anti-life. But that's not important for this story, my children. Always leave him wanting more. Constantine manipulates events behind the scenes for his plan to save them from Trigon. The heroes develop the cure, but the cure is worthless if Trigon kills everyone. And so he gathers multiple magical objects, doing unethical things, as he is wont to do, and uses Ragman's rag cloak to capture Boston Brand and gain his ghostly powers, steals the Spear of Destiny from Nanda Parbat, obtains the Wizard Shazam staff, and then even takes the Helmet of Naboo to become Dr. Fate. And with all of these powers, he is able to take on Trigon. Right while the Amazo army is unleashed on the world, the heroes are divided to fight the various threats, trying to save 2 billion people so they're no longer targets, even restoring Big Barda and Green Arrow. A team infiltrating the Australian sanctuary to bring down the Amazo androids, and Constantine sucking up the souls of the politicians on Willen's house there for added power, while the guards and normal people refuse to shoot Superman when he arrives. With Cyborg's help, they're able to infect the Amazo androids with a virus to stop them, while Superman holds off Trigon long enough for Constantine to get killed, and then become a ghost with Boston Brand's powers, taking possession of Trigon and making him stab himself with the Spear of Destiny. Sure, John is finally going to hell and will have to pay for every dirty deed he has done, but Superman still calls him a good man, which is some comfort. And so the original Earth is cured! Sure, not everyone was saved because of all those they had been forced to kill before, but hey, a happier note to end on than hope being lost. Although me personally, I still think it was better to have all of these zombies walking around.